welcome back to my channel. My name is Katrina. Today I wanted to share with you week 1 of how our no processed food challenge is going. So I told you I would do a check-in every week, so that's what this is. We have gone through 1 week of no processed food, and I want to share with you what has been, the struggles, what we have been eating, and even a couple of recipes. So I would say overall week 1 has gone quite well. I wouldn't say that I've had a huge amount of cravings or, been tempted to cheat. I've just made sure I had a lot of easy foods in the house that I could eat. And so that's made it better to just kind of grab something. It's like, oh, I can grab this fruit over here or whatever. So that's really helped. I will say as the week kind of went on and some of the foods that I had made kind of ran out, my biggest struggle is the convenience. So when it's around supper time, children are screaming and I'm trying to feed them, whatever, it's hard for me then to prepare myself something that takes more work. So I just want something easy, or, sometimes I just want an easy snack because I realize oh, I haven't had a chance to have breakfast. So I think for me, making sure that there is easy things in the house to eat is the key to success for me. Okay, I hope you can't hear the chickens in the background because they're being super noisy, of course, as soon as I start filming. But as far as what we had for meals,
so let's break down the different meals. As far as breakfast goes, I made my homemade granola and I made homemade yogurt. So we had yogurt and granola for breakfast actually most mornings, as it was healthy. I knew what the ingredients were and quite filling. When I did want to switch it up, we did have my mom's homemade bread just so that we would have at least something easy. So I would have bread with peanut butter on it, or I might have plain oatmeal with some fruit or something like that. Now, in regards to snacks, I obviously had a lot of fruit and vegetables. When I really just wanted something that was a bit more filling, I had roasted peanuts. They don't have any salt on them, so that was an easy snack. I also boiled eggs and made deviled eggs. That was the perfect piece of protein when I was really hungry and needed something really fast. I also had apples and peanut butter. I know some people think this is really strange. Let me know in the comments below. Have you had apples and peanut butter? Do you like it? I think that it just makes it feel a little bit like you're not just eating fruit. It's something a little different, but still quite healthy. And we found that when we were really having a sugar craving, having a couple of dates actually seemed to do the trick.
I also thought it'd be really nice to have some sort of a treat. So I got my mom to make these cookies that I found on Pinterest. They didn't have any sugar added to it. It was just like peanut butter and oats and apple and banana. I think that was it. I didn't make them. My mom did. Thank you, Mom. But I will link that recipe below. I just found that on Pinterest. They actually tasted pretty good and there was no sugar added and obviously not processed.
Now, I'm going to lump lunch and supper together because, to be honest, I would cook usually meals for lunch and we would eat leftovers for supper. So everything we had for lunch, we really just had for supper as well. I tried to make salads quite a bit. So we had salads, I would say, at least 4 or 5 days in the week. And I made a soup. I made my own homemade bone broth, just using leftover bones and some vegetables that we had had from a previous meal, and just boiling that down. And then I made it into a tomato-based soup. I put potatoes in it and corn and ham, just things that I had in the house, but that kind of was an easy one-pot meal that made a lot of food. I also made meat, potato, and vegetable multiple times. So I did meatballs, mashed potatoes, and asparagus. Another time we did steak and baked potatoes and green beans. The leftovers combined with making other vegetables to go with it. Meat, potato, veg was definitely quite a few meals this week. I also didn't film it, but I did make an omelet at some point, which we had both for supper as well as leftovers. Now, in regards to probably the most delicious meal that I made, and the one that I will share the most details with so that you can also make this meal, and that is noodle-less lasagna. So essentially it's the same as lasagna, but I didn't put any of the pasta noodles in it. So I browned up my hamburger, I sliced up eggplant for kind of my noodles, and I layered some eggplant in there, put my meat mixture, it was meat and onions on top. Then I added a bit of tomato sauce. I didn't do too much because otherwise it gets really soupy. And then I did another layer of eggplant. Then I did a layer of cottage cheese with some Parmesan cheese sprinkled on top, and also some Italian seasoning. And then I did zucchini as my top layer, and then top that again with just cheddar cheese and pop that in the oven. It turned out really good. Like, it was super delicious. It was a little bit more liquidy than I would like, but other than that, it was a big hit, and we will do that again. As far as some easy meals go, I did some salad, cheese, and just some egg on it. I also did some boiled eggs that I had cut up and put on some homemade bread, and then just put everything but the bagel seasoning on it, and those meals were both really good as well.
As far as meal planning goes, I did write out a meal plan. I definitely didn't stick with it because I know how I am and I don't. But it's still a good place for me to look and see, like, oh yeah, that was an idea I thought of, and then make that, because sometimes you just feel like, what else could I even make? And so at least with having, some ideas written down of things that are healthy and not processed, I could just go to that when I'm feeling like I really haven't a clue what to make. So I think overall it's gone well. Obviously week 1 I feel like is easier than as you've been doing it for weeks at a time. So hopefully the next weeks go well. I will keep you updated. I'm trying to remember to drink more water. I think that is one of my struggles, just remembering to drink the water. I don't mind drinking it. I just get busy and forget. So that's something I'm trying to challenge myself to do more of this week, is to drink more water. And hopefully try out a few different recipes. So I will try to report back with, some new foods that we've been eating and how week 2 goes. Do let me know in the comments below. Are you joining us? Are you doing anything for trying to eat healthy or a diet or anything of that sort? I would love to know about it and love to support you. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, join the community here, and I'll see you in my next video.